Hi all, I'm Pushp Sirohi and today I'm back with amazing topic which you must aware about Constitution of India. If you're a citizen of India, you must aware about the Constitution of India. Here is the letter. It's a original letter of Constitution of India where it's mentioned the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign democratic republic and to secure all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thoughts, expressions, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt and act and give to ourselves this Constitution. It's signed by Biohar Ram Manohar Sinha as Ram, and here is a Hindi version and English version of this Constitution of India, and there are few fundamental rights which is every citizen of India must have, and the government, all state government, central government, all we can say that all public servant are there to save the fundamental rights of a citizenship who has a citizenship of India or the citizens of India. So they have the right to equality, a right to freedom, a right against exploitation, a right to freedom of a religion, a right to education and culture, right to constitutional remedies. The directive principles of state policy also, the directive principles of state policy embedded in Part 4 of the Constitution are directions given to the state to guide the establishment of economy and social democracy as proposed by the preamble. They set forth the humanitarian and socialist instructions that were the aim of social revolution envisaged in India by the Constituent Assembly. The state is expected to keep these principles in mind while framing law and policies, even though they are non justiciable in nature. The directive principles may be classified under the following categories: ideals that the state ought to strive towards achieving, directions for the exercise of legislative and executive power, and rights of the citizens which the state must aim toward the securing. So, but we all get all those people who are working in governments or like in government positions as a public servant when we as a citizen complete our fundamental duties of citizens in India. So we have these 11 duties: to abide by the constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem, to cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India, to defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so, to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of Indian transcending religious, linguistic, and regional or sectional diversities, to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of women, to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures, to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform, to safeguard public property and to abjure violence, to strive toward excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity so that the nation constantly rises to the higher level of endeavor and achievements, who is parent or guardian to provide opportunities for education to his child as the case may be award between the age of 6 to 14 years. So, what are the relationship between the fundamental rights, directive principles, and fundamental duties? So, the directive principles have been used to uphold the constitutional validity of legislation in case of a conflict with the fundamental rights. Article 31C, added by the 25th Amendment in 1971, provided that any law made to give effect to the directive principles in Article 39 BC would not be invalid on the ground that they derivate from the fundamental rights conferred by Article 14, 19, and 21. The applicant of this article was sought to be extended to all the directive principles by the 42nd Amendment in 1976, but the Supreme Court struck down the extensions as a void on the ground that it's violated the basic structure of constitution. The fundamental rights and the directive principles have also been used together in forming the basis of legislation for social welfare. The Supreme Court has adopted the view of the fundamental rights and directive principles being complementary to each other, each supplementing the other's role in aiming at the same goal of establishing a welfare state by means of social revolution. Similarly, the Supreme Court has used the fundamental duties to uphold the constitutional validity of statutes which seeks to promote the objects laid out in the fundamental duties. These duties have also been held to be obligatory for all citizens, subject to the state enforcing the same by meaning of a valid law. The Supreme Court has also issued directions to the state in this regard with a view toward making the provisions effective and establishing a citizens to properly perform their duties. So now I hope you understand about your duties, and if you complete your fundamental duties as a citizens of Indian, then the government of India, the state government of India, all public servants are liable to provide you the safe environment, and they need to take care about your basic rights, which I already mentioned. We call them fundamental rights. If you complete your fundamental responsibilities, and all the governments, like from prime minister to all state legislations, and all officers, police officers, district magistrate, police from constable to district magistrate, or all, if you complete your responsibilities, you pay your taxes properly, and they're not able to give you those responsibilities, they are not able to make you safe, or they are unable to provide you your like fundamental rights, then you can escalate the responsibilities to their seniors. And if they are not, then seniors. We have escalation metrics for this, and you can escalate till the end, till Pradhan Mantri and Rashtrapati if you are not satisfied with the lower levels. And in case if it's not the case, you can go to the court, and you can go till Supreme Court also to fight against those people who are not fulfilling their responsibilities as a public servant. And that's a right of a human who are citizens of India. So take care about your fundamental rights. And in case if you find out that any public servant are not able to complete or fulfill their responsibilities, go and escalate them. It means their importance is not there. They are important, and we need to remove them and looking for a new people who will fulfill their responsibilities better than them. Best of luck, guys. Take care about your personal responsibility.